And Bridget, I mean, you spend your life trying to make company founders think sort of critically and intelligently and nicely almost. I mean, are you waking up in cold sweats at the idea of sort of the AI dawn coming upon us here?
I would say no. The reality is here, just like, electricity. And, as Orion was saying that, sometimes people focus on just the negatives, but there are a lot of positives, in the development of artificial intelligence. So, we can focus on that. What I really try to work with leaders is to bring back that human touch, that element. Um, I was raised by my mother, single parent, and 6 children. And because of people giving back, in the community, I'm able to be where I am today. So this is why I stress the leaders a lot. Even in this, technological age, we still have to have to keep that human touch, that caring aspect, that ability to give back. How do you leave a legacy? It's through inspiring, it's through helping others, it's through giving back. So we still have to balance, yes, the profits and the balance sheet, but also to make a lasting impact. And when you look, also when you look at how, take for example, right? If you look at sometimes on social media, when someone does a kind act, it goes immediately viral. When someone crosses an old lady the street, it goes viral. Why? Because it's not the norm. So things like kindness and empathy and compassion and generosity, it is not the norm and it should be. And this is what is going to differentiate us from AI.
And do you think that it can be used, therefore, Bridget, to AI to build a better leadership model as well? Can AI be used to help decision makers be a bit more human, perversely?
It can help decision makers definitely, but it depends on if you look at today what is happening with with the masses in terms of information and manipulation of data and things like that. So it depends upon accountability, transparency, and having the right purpose. Do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? And it's things like that.
Do we need to think more carefully before sort of running headlong into adopting AI of the potential impact on employment and society and things like that? Do we need a sort of overarching AI strategy? And if so, what would that look like, do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
I think that companies should be reskilling and upskilling workers. But right now there's not no massive strategy with this. When change happens, it's difficult for people. Nobody likes change. So right now, employers should be preparing employees for change. Your job is not permanent. Change is coming. And when that change comes, go about it in a human way. For example, John comes to work after 18 years working in a company, and they told him he no longer has a job. Security escorts him out the building. What could they have done differently? Could they have been more humane in the process? We can't understand what you're going through, but we are here to help. We can offer counseling. We can help you with resume writing, interviewing. Do you need a recommendation? What can we do to help? This is happening. We cannot change because job disruption is going to happen. But how do we handle it to prepare people for it? And it doesn't take much, to be human. It's not like a hard thing. It's the simple things that we do that counts the most. The kind word, the thoughtful gesture that impacts people and will remain with them.
So how do we keep that in cold, hard computer logic then? How do we make sure we don't lose that moral grounding?
Yes, I agree with you there. But also governments, institutions, but also it comes back to the individual. You can't wait and say, well, it depends upon them. This is your life. So I tell individuals, take charge. Keep abreast of the information, what is going on. There are free courses you can learn online that Microsoft and these companies at least have some basic knowledge. Look at your skills. What skills cannot be easily automated in this digital age? What peripheral skills do you have? What are your strengths? What are your passions? What do you like to do? And also network. It's about connecting and building relationships.
And speaking of questions, we are basically out of time. We started a little late, so we'll end a little late. One very, very, very brief answer from each of you. what is the development that you're most excited for, the use case of AI in the future? Bridget?
Healthcare, because I think as humans, the basic thing we all want is health and better health.
I think that's a good manifesto for life. Thank you very much for all of your inputs, and thank you very much for joining us. Hope that you enjoy your coffee break.